guys, welcome back. This time, I'm making Hubsband's birthday dinner. So, Richard really wanted to have steak and fresh green beans and Brussels sprouts for dinner. So, that's what I plan on making. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut up an onion and I'm going to put it in my skillet with just a little bit of butter, and I'm going to let it cook and caramelize and get real yummy tasting. And then after that, I'm going to put my Brussels sprouts in and I'm going to let them cook, but I'm not going to let them get mushy. I'm going to let them basically fry them? No. I'm going to brown them. That's the word. Brown them, basically. And then after they're browned a little bit, I'm going to add in a little bit of vinegar and I'm going to let them cook. And then they'll soften up that way. And then after that is done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my fresh green beans that we bought from the local store. And I'll let those cook. And then the steak will be the last thing. So, yeah, I'm going to get making dinner. So I just kind of remembered something. When you cook these steaks, or the way that we do it at least, is when we cook our steak, well, Richard, I'm still learning this. So when he cooks our steaks, what he does is he makes sure that that oil in that pan is pretty dang hot. And I mean like pretty dang hot before you put your steak in it and then cover it. And if it sticks, then it's not ready to flip. If it doesn't, then you can flip it. And he likes his to only be cooked for like a little bit longer on the other side. Me, I don't know exactly. I know what kind I like. I just don't know what it's supposed to look like when I cook it. So I'm just going to cook it till I think it's good. So roughly, I don't know if you can see that very well. I don't have very good light. Roughly that is about what you want them to look like. Oh, I made it worse. They basically look burnt. And I'm saying this because I normally don't let them caramelize all the way. I let them burn just a little bit and then get worried about them. So I'm doing this to show Richard I actually caramelized them. Alright, so next I'm going to add half of my bag of Brussels sprouts. Okay, so it's been about a minute or two. I'm going to check on them. I think they're starting to get there. Actually, that might be pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to add my vinegar. So, most of the vinegar is now boiled out and cooked out. So now I get to add my green beans. Okay, I'm going to stir those in, and this is about half a pound of green beans, give or take. They're a bit long, so they don't feel like actually stirring in. I probably should have cut them in half. I would suggest cutting them in half if you do this, to be honest. If you get fresh ones from like the deli section, not the deli section, the produce section. And there's the truck. Sorry about the noise. So I'm going to let those cook. I'm going to put the lid back on. I'm going to stir them a little bit more. I'm going to put the lid back on and I'm going to let them cook. And then I'm going to add some garlic powder, some pepper, and some salt. And I'm going to mix it all together and let it cook just a little bit longer. Okay, so My Brussels sprouts and my green beans and my onion are all now done and caramelized together and smell absolutely delicious. I really wish there was like a smell feature on people's phones. I think it would make this a lot easier, or better, I guess you could say. Alright, so now that those are done, I'm just going to let them cool down, and I'll keep stirring them continuously, or not continuously, every once in a while, to make sure that they're all still hot and not just the top cold. And now I'm going to get to my steaks. So I've already seasoned them. One of them has season on both sides, the other one just one, because I don't like seasoning as well as Richard. And what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to put them in a skillet of oil, and I'm going to put that same lid I used for the veggies on this, and I'm just going to let it cook itself for mine about 5 minutes. No, maybe that's too many. Yeah, 3-4 minutes is what I'm going to check it. And if I think it's going to be good enough, then I will flip it then. If not, I will just let it cook a little bit longer. Okay, so I think that I've been cooking the green beans in there for, I want to say 3-4, maybe 5 minutes tops. And I just added my salt, my pepper, and my garlic powder, and I'm going to stir it really well. And if you can see, which I'm kind of hoping that you can, there we go. Some of my green beans are starting to turn different colors. They're not so bright green. They're starting to lose their color a little bit. That's what you want before you add in your seasoning. And I'm going to let that cook for about another 5 minutes, and then those will be done, and I will start on my steak. Okay, so I really felt the need to just say, after it gets hot and you put that steak in there, make sure you close it fast, or else it's gonna pop you, and it hurts really bad. It just had that happen to me, so I want to clarify. I know that people aren't that dumb when it comes to cooking. I know a lot of people have cooked a lot longer than I have, but I guess if I want to watch this for myself later on, I remember to do that, because I probably wouldn't. Look at that, look at that. I seriously wish you guys could smell this. Oh, it smells so good, and I think it looks fantastic. So, I'm excited to eat this. And I have a question for you guys. I want to do a pick. Whose plate do you think is whose? That one right there is the top one. So that one is the first one, or the second one. Whose is whose? Who do you guys think has what one? So now that these are all done and I can eat them, I'm going to go give Hubsband, who is the birthday boy, his plate. There we go, that's a lot better. I got my flashlight here very close to the plates. So this is what it looks like, you guys. This is so much better than what the video has been. It's been super dark because it's kind of late. So whose plate's whose? And oh my goodness, you guys, can you not believe how delicious that all looks? I'm glad he decided to pick steak and Brussels sprouts and green beans. And it's a super easy recipe. You don't need very much. You need, well, if you like onions, you do your onion. And I did a small little one. And then a half a bag of Brussels sprouts after I caramelized the onions. And then added a little bit of vinegar to the Brussels sprouts, let it cook out. Put in my green beans, cooked them for, I want to say maybe almost 10 minutes, because I wanted all of it to soften up, and it is pretty softened. And then cooked the steaks, and I mean, this is maybe if I wasn't doing this video right now, it would be maybe a half-hour deal. I mean, it's not very long. I know that people can be very time-consumed and swamped with stuff, and simple, fast recipes are definitely an amazing thing to be able to do. So if I can share my recipes with you, then that's what I'm going to do. Because I think it's a good thing to share recipes and show how you do it, or give a description of how you do it, and have other people try it and say what they like, or what they would do different, or however it comes across. It's still, I like the feedback. So thank you guys for watching my video, and I'm going to go give Hubsband his food.